So this video today is a bit of a milestone. For those of you watching on YouTube, this is my 1,000th video upload to YouTube since starting the channel. So to celebrate this milestone, I thought we would do a little trivia question. So I've got a little trivia question for you here, and actually, I'm not sure of the exact answer. I'll explain that in a little bit, and I'll let you know what the trivia question is. But first, I wanted to follow up on a couple things to do with the woodshed and filling that up, and also with my supply, or I guess I should say inventory, maybe, inventory, supply, whatever you want to call it, of wood that I'm going to be burning this coming fall and winter. So the trivia question is, which of these two pieces of wood would you guess to be the most seasoned? Which one? Which one do you think has been sitting out seasoning for the longest? This piece or this piece? But we will get to the answer in just a few minutes. Now, let's head over to the woodshed, where, believe it or not, today it is 87 degrees. We are at 87 degrees outside right now. And yes, the boiler, it's bright out here. The boiler is actually running. So here we are at 162. This, the wood that's in here is from last night at around 9 o'clock. So it's currently about 4 something in the afternoon. This is from last night at 9 o'clock. Still a nice little fire going. Still burning, nice and hot. Now you may be wondering why, if it's 87 degrees out, am I running the boiler? Well, it's 87th day, but in a few days from now, we're only sort of going to be back into like the 50s during the day and the 30s, upper 30s, 40s during the evening, the overnight. So generally I do keep the boiler running until around the end of May. I don't use a lot of wood when it does get warm like this, but it's just easier to keep it going than to shut it down and then start it back up and then maybe shut it down, because when you're running the hot water for showers and in the morning, you know, the furnace will kick on, it will pull heat off of this. So it's just nice to take that chill out of the air in the mornings and have the hot water. And again, it's just easier to keep this running during the hot days of spring here. And like I said, probably until around the end of May. So everything over here in front of the woodshed is a little muddy, a little wet, a little soft. So that's why I'm holding off today on making any more ruts in the yard to bring more wood into the woodshed here. But the questions I had with the woodshed is why I don't fill half of this up with like wood that I would be burning this coming fall. And that's actually what I will do from this post over. So where these two totes are, I will fill this up with wood once I shut the boiler down. And then next fall, everything that I have in here where these totes are sitting, I'll stack maybe a couple, 3 rows in here, get it up real high, have a good amount of wood in the woodshed here to burn this coming fall and winter. And then once that wood is gone, then I'll start bringing wood in with these IBC totes. Now the wood that I have to pull from for the remainder of this spring and starting next fall is right here. So this is all the wood that I'm going to continue bringing in this spring, and then whatever's left over, I will take it in and stock it in there to have it ready for next fall. There's also this pile right here, which kind of looks like a little pile of junk. Had a couple fence panels that I threw up on top there to kind of keep the snow and rain off. But there's about 9 rows of wood up here on this hillside. That also is for next fall and winter. There is also 3 rows deep, this stack right over here, along with 2 more rows in this little shelter over here. And then if I need to, I have this big stash right over here. So that is my supply, or that is all the wood that I have back here in the wood yard ready to bring in this spring and this fall, winter. So now, back to the trivia question. We have these two pieces of wood that, if you were to ask me, I would definitely say this piece of wood is seasoned more than that piece. But for those of you who guessed that they are seasoned equally the same, you were correct. So the thing that's interesting is this piece right here, that's all gray and weathered, was right there on the stack. And this piece was right up there. So if you look at this stack of wood, you can see all of this gray and dark colored ends. Everything looks seasoned, and oak tends to get like this when you leave it out and it gets a lot of sun. But what's interesting is that clean, fresh looking oak next to it, and all of that oak that's not gray, that has been sitting and getting just as much sun as that oak, the difference is all of these pieces on the end were rained on and they got wet. So they are not quite under that shelter. And that is what I find interesting, because I never, I guess, noticed that or knew that. But yeah, all of this oak was split at the exact same time. So it's all seasoned the same amount. All of this oak gets the same amount of sun. The sun hits it the exact same. The difference is this darkened gray oak was exposed to water, rain and snow. So the answer to the trivia question is yes, they are both seasoned the same amount. The only variable is this one was rained on and this one was not. So I'm not sure why getting rained on and getting wet makes oak darken and gray out. But if you know, leave it down in the comments. Because yeah, it's crazy how that wood right next to each other, there's like a line and you can just see what was rained on and what wasn't. So I mentioned at the beginning that this is the 1000th upload on YouTube. Those of you that aren't watching on YouTube, whatever platform you're on, if you're not on YouTube, this won't be the 1000th upload on that platform, but on YouTube, this is the 1000th upload. So I just want to take a moment. Sometimes, you know, there's milestones you hit and it's, you know, milestones, achievements, it's things that, I don't know, sometimes it's kind of cool to give those the attention they deserve. So on this 1000th episode, I wanted to thank you, each and every one of you. You made this happen. You did this. No, but I did want to say thank you, because without you watching, without you motivating me, giving me that sense of purpose to keep putting out content, keep doing what I'm doing, I'm not sure I would be doing it, to be honest. So it's just, again, this is one of those milestones. When you hit something like this, you look back and you say, how did you get here? How did you get to your 1000th video? Well, I got here with you watching right now. That's how I got here. So thank you. I greatly appreciate everyone tuning in, coming along for this ride, this journey, and just being part of the Back 40 online community. So tomorrow night on Friday Night Live, the live stream, I'm thinking it's going to be right out here. Even though the tiki bar is not fully reassembled for the season, I'm hoping to be outside. I'm hoping to have a fire going. While I was walking back up here from the wood yard, actually, I know some people are probably thinking it's crazy to have the boiler running, but as I was walking back up here, somebody was up at the roadside stand hauling off a bunch of bundles. So I'm thinking I'm not the only one that this nice weather is getting them excited to have some fires outside in their fire pit, kicking back, relaxing, and having a little fun. So hopefully you'll tune in tomorrow night to do just that, to hang out, to have some fun, and to, again, celebrate 1,000 uploads, 1,000 videos on YouTube. It's a pretty big achievement. And like I said, if you're sitting there watching right now, I want you to give yourself a pat on the back, because you were the reason that I was able to reach 1,000 videos. All right, so we'll see you right back here tomorrow night, hopefully outside, knock on wood, in the tiki bar with the fire pit going, kicking back and having a good time. Thanks again, everyone, for not only watching, but for getting me to the 1,000th episode, or upload, whatever you want to call it. Stay safe, have fun, and be cool.
I've been a real bad boy on the town all night.